Hello, this video is going to show you how to use our Swivl recording systems that we've purchased for the district. Now we purchased these Swivls for a couple of reasons. Well, first of all and foremost is PD. We want to be able to capture the PD that we offer to share for anytime, anywhere, learning and review. And so we've purchased these Swivl systems for that. Because we have them, they're great to use for other reasons as well. If you want to record some things that are going on in your classroom, if you want to record you teaching a lesson, if you want to record whatever, Swivl's great because it provides high quality video in an easy way to get it. It does this because the Swivl's attached to a microphone, so your sound quality is better. And it also follows the person who is designated as the presenter, which is great. So as you move about your space, it follows you. So you don't have to have someone holding the iPad up with their hands and shaking and all of that. It just provides really good quality recordings. I am not recording using a Swivl right now, so that's why this video is not fabulous, because all my pieces I have to the side to show you how to set it up. So when you go to check out the Swivls, and you can get them, they're housed in every building. So you can just contact me and I will make sure that whoever has them in your buildings gets them to you, or I'll do that myself. But what you have is you have a tripod, and then you're going to have a box that looks like this. This is the iPad that is designated for that Swivl, and you need to use this one. Don't use your own, use this one. And then you also have a little case like this, and this is everything that you need to record with Swivl. So the first thing you'll want to do is to set up your tripod. And it has two leg sections, so you can extend them out and set it to the height that you want. Now, there's things that you need to think about when you're setting up your height, about where it's going to hit you, and you can adjust that. You can also adjust height on the Swivl. So after you adjust your legs, you tighten all of the three fasteners on each end here to make sure that it'll be steady. And then you can just set your tripod up where you want it. On the base, there is a little square section, and that's where the Swivl is going to clip into. It's very important that this is on the base and you clip the Swivl into it. Do not screw the Swivl on. If you do that, it's going to mess up kind of the alignment of how it's going to record. You don't want to do that at all. So then your next step is to get in your case. Now in your case, you're going to find the Swivl itself, and the Swivl is just a little machine, little robot machine that looks like this. So you'll have that. You'll also find a plug-in to charging cable to charge it with. You'll want to get the Swivl in advance and charge it so that you know that it's fully functional. Now you can use it while it's plugged in, but then it kind of locks you into where you can sit it, and then your recording might not be as great. So remember to charge in advance. You can't count on the person before you to have done that. You're going to find a couple little little lanyards. That's where your microphones clip in, and you actually have two of those. So two people can be mic'd up at the same time. I will tell you, the first microphone you turn on is the one that's the tracker. So if I'm presenting and I turn on my tracker, that's my microphone, it's going to track me. If Chris comes in and turns his on second, it'll pick up his audio, but it's not going to track him. It's only going to track me. It can only track one person at a time. So you have two of those. Then you have the tracker themselves and the recorder themselves. They look like this. You have two. One will be kept in the little pocket of this. That was kind of like your number two. The other is housed in the back of your Swivl, and that's important because if it's in there, it's charging. It'll automatically charge if it's in there. So that's kind of a great place to keep that. So I'm just going to pop that out now while we're thinking about it. And then the last thing that you'll have in your Swivl case is this little cord. Now this is critical. This is your audio cord. This is what plugs the audio device capability from the Swivl and gets it to your iPad. This is critical. And we've had a couple people who've tried to use Swivl and forgot this important cord, and then your sound quality is no better than it will be in this video here. So this is so important. It's important that if you're a person checking out Swivl, that you keep track of all the pieces, because there are no replacement pieces. We go losing pieces like this and then we're all in trouble. So be sure that you keep track of all of that stuff. And I know there's a lot of it, so it's easy to misplace. Okay, on the bottom of this device, you're gonna see a little hook on thing. That's what's gonna hook on to your tripod. So I'm just gonna slide Swivl in to the tripod. and click it down to secure it. And it's on there now. Again, we're not screwing it on because that messes up the alignment of Swivl. Okay, so there's this little piece that fits down in here. It's in here now. It will pop out. You just put it back in. It has to be in there. That's what makes your iPad tight in there. So the next thing you're going to do is get your iPad out. These are set up just for Swivl. You'll see a picture of Swivl on it. They're only used for this purpose. And on Swivl, on the iPad, there is a app with a big S on it. That's the button you're going to hit. And you'll see all the past videos that have been done on this device. Depending on which one you're using, again, we have two, so you got to be sure you know which one you're using. They're numbered, device 1 and device 2, so you'll know. Device 2 is housed at YE for the most part. 1 will be at Pleasant View. You'll see a menu over here. There's really only 2 that you need to worry about. I've got everything else set up for you. There's the capture button, and that's the big blue one at the top here. That's how you're going to capture your video. That's the big one. And then there's the library, and the library gets you into what you're doing here. So when I hit the capture button, you'll see that it turns into the video, and I'm just going to slide this right in here, and it's nice and tight. It's nice and tight in there, so that's why that holder is important. So you're gonna just put this right in, and honestly, literally all you have to do is hit this record button to start. So let's get it all hooked up, and then I'll show you how easy that is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook up my important audio cable, and that's going to go in the headphone jack. One end. The other end is going to go into the audio port in the back of the Swivl. So this cord's going to hang there like that. Then I'm going to get myself mic'd up. And what you'll do is you'll take your microphone and you will slide it in, and it is in the lanyard, and you will wear the lanyard around your neck. Now, to turn it on, there's an on-off button to the side. That's just a little white circle, and then there's a record button at the side as well. So you can start and stop your iPad with your microphone, which is really awesome. So I'm going to move this back a little bit. And the first thing I want to do before I start is to get myself centered in here. This is what's important. And I don't think you can see really well, but I'll tell you, you can see a lot of ceiling sometimes. A lot of ceiling tiles, the person's head, that happens. You can adjust Swivl up and down so that you're centered very well. And I know, especially us ladies, we kind of like to avoid this area down here. So we tend to keep it up high, but you got to think about your viewer as well and think about how you're going to be moving around. We don't want a big video of the ceiling, so be very, very careful with that. So you can adjust it, and let me show you how you do that. This little button in the middle is got a check mark on it, and let me turn it on real fast. And after you turn your device on, and you can tell it's on because the little red light's on, you can hold that button down with a check mark. You have to hold it down, you have to keep holding it, but then you can adjust Swivl to go up and down with you to arrange it to the way you want it to be. So the iPad will actually go up and down like this. You gotta turn it on up here to do that, and you'll see there it goes, it's moving around on me, and look, it's pointed clear up at the sky. That's not gonna work. So I'm gonna hit my button and move it down. Just 1 second. We don't want a bunch of ceiling tiles here. And it's gonna try, see here I go, it's moving down. I know it's probably difficult for you to see, it's moving down, so I don't want all the ceiling tiles. I want more, gotta keep that button held down, and it's gonna come down and find me, so that's perfect. Now as I move, watch Swivl, it'll move with me. See it following me? It'll move with me, here it comes. If ever it doesn't, you can just hold your little recorder up, see it's turning. If I walk over this way, he'll move over with me too. It does take him a minute to catch up with you, but it will get your audio the whole time. And like I said, it's really awesome to record what you're doing in there. So when I'm ready to start recording, I'm going to hit the red record button. And when I do, I hit that, you'll notice this starts flashing red and your counter starts up here. As I move, it's picking up everything I'm saying. It's gonna start following me. Here we go, he wasn't paying attention. It's gonna follow me over here. Let's say we take a break or we have group work time or whatever, and I'm not really done recording for the day, but it's something I don't want to capture. I can just hit stop. It'll stop recording, and it's still gonna follow me, but it stopped recording. And then when I'm ready to start back up, I just hit record again, and you see my red lights flashing. What this will do then, when I'm all done, I'm gonna go and stop this. When I'm all done, disconnect this. What it's going to do then is I'm gonna go back then into Swivl, and I'm gonna go to the Swivl library. And when I do, it's going to have, it's going to have the 2 videos I just made. So they're separate videos. Now, I'm gonna make another video to show you what to do with those once you get them. But it's got the 2, so every time you stop, it starts making a whole new video, but that's okay. Because what you're gonna do then is you're gonna get these off of this iPad, and then you can throw them into iMovie and splice them all together and cut out anything you don't like. You can't directly upload to YouTube from the iPad. You have to go onto a separate account. And again, I'm gonna make a video to explain all of that to you. But that's Swivl in a nutshell. It's, like I said, it's a great tool for reporting. I think we can get a lot of use out of this so long as people know how to use it. When you're all finished, you're going to want to turn everything off. Turn the iPad off. Be sure to turn Swivl off up here. Be sure that you put your microphone back in the back so that it can be charging all the time. Turn it off. Make sure the green light is off. And you'll plug it right back in there. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So hope you like to learn how to use Swivl, and if you look at the video that follows, it's going to show you what to do with it once you capture your video.